Hi folks, and welcome to another video. I should preface this one with a warning. Please do not do this at home. The strategy that I'm about to show you is a long-term or will be a long-term loser. I'm simply using it to demonstrate some aspect of the Fairbot automation process. You'll understand why that warning is there when you see that in action, but also when I tell you that it is loosely based on the lay the field stuff we did a few weeks back. So that should put you off enough. So let me tell you what it's going to be doing. We've all heard of the term DOBbing, where you back at one price and then lay off at half the price to thereby either double your money or lose it. You can, in fact, do the opposite. You can lay first and then back at double the price. However, that would effectively be hobbing, half or bust. If you wish to dob in reverse, you need to lay first at 2 or under. And that's where the warnings come from, if you remember some of the stuff we did with lay the field. So that's what we're going to do today. However, if you have a selection that you think is going to hit 2 or under, I'd advise a completely different strategy and just do a simple back to lay. But what we're going to do here is we are going to effectively lay the field at odds of 2, and then we are going to cancel all the unmatched lays after the first one is matched. Okay, so I've already set up a strategy which I am calling demo iDob for inverted dob. You see what I did there? These are just things I like to put in, little warning messages or announcements when thing goes at post or when the race goes going behind. The two important rules are these two here. So the first one, if I open up and let you see it, is it's going to start just after the race goes in play, and the action is to back and lay all. So we're going to lay bet at fixed odds of 2 for a liability of £100, and that doesn't need to be there since we're starting this in play. And the conditions, the only condition I want is to make sure that the actual SP of the favourite is greater than 2.5. And that's it for this particular rule. I didn't save that, did I? No, I didn't. And then we then need a cancel unmatched bets rule. So again, we'll open up the rule editor. So this is going to go and start when the race is underway, and the action will be to cancel all lay bets where the bet is unmatched. These are irrelevant. We won't be having any of those in there anyway, so just leave them ticked. And the conditions in this case is it's going to check how many bets are in the market, and specifically it's going to check that the number of bets that are lays that have been matched and indeed have been fully matched is greater than 0. So whenever that goes greater than 0, it will cancel all other bets. Okay, so whenever the first lay is matched, this thing here will be true. That will be 1 effectively, and so it goes in and cancels all the other bets. Okay, via that action there. And that's it. Make sure that's saved, and we'll apply it to this next race. About 10 minutes, so we'll skip ahead. Okay, we're off and running at air. So you should see the bets going in just now. There we go. So there's all our lays for lay the field. And as soon as one of those is fully matched, the rest should be cancelled. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this is not a strategy you want to use in the real world. Just think about what's happening and compare that to lay the field. If you lay the field, you need two runners at odds of 2 or better to be matched in order to either break even at 2 or make a profit if you're laying at less than 2. What we're doing here is letting one lay get matched, and then we're cancelling all the others, and hoping that the one that's been matched actually goes on to get beat. So you still need another runner to get matched below 2 and go on to win. So longer term, you'd be more profitable using the bog standard lay the field strategy. And as we discussed before, that isn't necessarily a long-term strategy to use. Okay, there's the first one in, and you'll see all the others have been cancelled. Now we need something else to shorten and actually go on to win in order to make a profit here. But this looks like a fairly typical result that you'll get from this strategy. So it's not a strategy I would ever advise you use. But as I mentioned before, I'm simply using this to demonstrate some of the functionality within the automation process. So let's skip ahead to the next race, and then we'll wrap up. Okay, off and running at Windsor. So while Fairbot is busy handling that process, let me just wrap things up. I've used a lay the field technique today simply to provide a mechanism to demonstrate how to create conditional statements that refer to bets that are already in the market. There's some other things I want to show you, but I'll leave that for another video. In addition, what we've done, or what we've tried to do here, in that we've been essentially betting on the first runner to hit a particular price and then cancelling everything else. Off the top of my head, there's at least another 2 ways to achieve much the same thing. I'm not going to demonstrate that, at least for now. But if you have any ideas, why not pop down to the comments and put your suggestions there to see if anyone disagrees with you or agrees with you. There's one other thing I'd like to show you with regard to the conditional statements in relation to bets that are in the market. But I'm at the risk of turning this into its own mini series. I'll leave that for another day because this video is already about 10 minutes long. So we'll just wrap it up there. So as you can see, the first one's been matched, everything else has been cancelled. And once again, we'll be lucky if this could be. This one may be successful. On the other hand, maybe not. A perfect demonstration of why you would use lay the field rather than this technique. So we've had 2 matched, or would have been matched, below 2 there. But our initial horse that was matched first hung on and won the race and would have lost us 100 quid. Right? So please, as I said right at the very beginning of this video, don't use this strategy in the real world. I'm using it purely to demonstrate something else. Okay, speak to you later. Cheers.